Barajis, yes, Samnem, yes, Tahayem, documental film regissorem, and I have been living in Armenia for the past 2 years. In Armenia, I am doing creative master classes for younger generation to help them explore more about their creative abilities in field of visual arts, starting by the building block of visual art, which is a photograph. I believe very much that we cannot cut the evolution of cultural and artistic continuation, especially in fields like photography and things of that nature, and just start from digital. We need to go back a little bit in time to understand how things started to be, at least in the past 50 years, let's say. That's why I'm very interested to let the younger generation know more about film photography. And because now most of the younger generation had good and solid understanding of 35 millimeter cameras and how they work, I am focusing more on the bigger formats, the medium and large format cameras. And the advice that I can give to beginners when it comes to this type of specific photography fields, I would very much say that don't be intimidated by, it's big, how can I use it? Just start to understand the basics of photography, because the basics in a 35 millimeter camera, a medium format camera, a large format camera, or a digital camera are mostly the same. It's all about your creative vision and what you want to achieve. So my biggest piece of advice is that you need to understand more about yourself. What would like to achieve, and then choose the tool, be it your mobile phone, your 35 millimeter camera, bigger or smaller, it depends on what you want. So invest more in yourself, your knowledge, your understanding of whatever around you. This will help you a lot to pick your own device of choice. My favorite film camera, I would say, was my father's. This is the one that has a lot of emotional impact on me. It's a Zenith 12 XP, and I believe that many of us now, we have at least one Zenith if we are into film photography. Zenith was like it was like driving a tractor. Okay, it's very limited in its speeds, and but I learned a lot, and I advise even in my classes nowadays. The first thing I bring to my students is a Zenith camera, because if you know how to master a Zenith, you can master any other camera. But I also have many other cameras that I love very much. The Minoltas I love, the digital Sonys I love, and also when it comes to medium format cameras, I like the Mameyas very much. And when it comes to large format cameras, the Linhofs are great, and also the Cinars. Each creator or each creative person, we come through some different stages in life, and it's very important that we embrace that our field, which is creative media, if I would say so, undergo some different ups and downs, and we need to understand that it is not only technical, it's both technical and also creative. So we need to make sure that we are feeding these two parts equally, the technical part and the creative part. So when it comes to the technical part, it's very important that I know about everyday technology, because when I know more about technology, I know which tool I need to use for a certain job or a certain artistic kind of work. But on the other hand, and especially for younger generation now, they overlook it, they don't give it more time, is that how to build your own creative being, how to build your own psychological, I would say, by time, how to build your psychological machine in order to be able to understand what's happening around you. So I would say that listening to certain music, reading books more, spending time seeing about or knowing about the older kind of creatives like painters, sculptors, this all help for younger generation to understand more about their creative process. So by time and years, I was very much affected by the theatrical schools and also the plastic arts. This all, when I visualize this, when I see this, when I take my time in order to know more about what happened in the past, I understand what should be my trajectory, what should be my way to the future. And by time you start to refine things, because This involves a lot of struggles, like between you as an artist and yourself and what's around you. The way you are seeing things, the way you understanding what's happening around you, this all are determined by the inputs that you're getting. Again, what you're listening to, what you're seeing, what you're watching, who are you talking to? This all comes down to make us understand better ourselves, because at the end of the day, we are the processing machines of art. The inputs we listen to are processed inside us to bring out our art afterwards. I would say nowadays I'm focused more about documenting the streets, and because I am currently based in Yerevan, Armenia, I go around with my phone sometimes, with my camera anytime, just to document what's happening around. And it's very important to understand the rhythm of the people around you, and try to imagine what is the person you're gonna take a photo of, what is he or she thinks about, what are the things that they imagine. This helps me in, by time it comes to be automatically, how should I photograph this person, how should I say their unsaid stories, through their eyes, through the gesture, maybe through their back. Sometimes I take many photos from the back of people, because it depends on, I need to put myself in the shoes of this person, and at the end of the day I need to find the equation, the balance between the person or the subject I am photographing within their surroundings, and also counting into consideration the light, from which angle it's coming, what it will say. And because I mostly do black and white photography, actually I never stopped taking black and white photographs since 1996. So it's very important that I train my eye how to see things also around in black and white, because when you're gonna say or tell a photographic story via black and white, you focus more on the form, on the whole aspects when it comes to the ratio of things, rather than color photography. Color photography is a different way of telling a story. So I think it's very important that we focus more on not only how beautiful it will be. It doesn't matter, because beauty varies from one person to another, but it's very important that we document what we see based on what we want to say at the end, and also what or how we think that this person is thinking at that moment. Because of what I do, I travel a lot, and I remember two countries that affected me the most, I would say, in how I see and perceive things around me when it comes especially to my photographic field and career. One of them is Uganda, and the other is Brazil. Uganda and Brazil, and because I was visiting the tribes there, and made the documentary films about actually both countries and their challenges at some points in their history. Uh, because we are living most of our time now in a very, I would say, globalistic kind of way, and we all own the same phones, we all see the same ads. We now are seeing, we all now are seeing the world in one way. And when I was in those two countries and living among the tribes, I remember that we lost a lot of things that we need to rediscover, to rekindle in our own understanding to things. So I would say Uganda, with all the, I would say, the originality that the people have there, and also in Brazil, when you can see that they're still fishing in the old ways. They rarely have like motors in their navaknes or so, in their small boats, but they are still doing things the way it should be back in the day. And they still keep, or for example, the respect for they call it the tushpa, the Tushwa is the head of the tribe. So it's very interesting that we give some time the surrounding environment to help shape us, because most of the time we want to give our say, you know, I want things to go out this way. No, when it comes to visual arts and documenting daily lives, we need to give a room for surroundings to shape us too. This is very important.